Boom. Good morning. Well, good morning. Ooh, did I scare you? I scared myself because it's got a little wonky here. It's probably because looking at stuff that's open, I have Corel open, I have Adobe open, I have Create open, and then add in the Google and the other stuff. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff open, so I need to close some stuff down because it was getting a little wonky. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Morning Mindset. In between doing everything this morning, I didn't promote the show at all. So if you'd be so kind to share this in any group that you can, thank you very much. Welcome, Morning Mindset. This is the August 9th edition. Wow, August 9th. We're almost a third of the way through the month. How are you doing? Morning Mindset, this is how we do it here for first timer. I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. It is mid 60s here. It was beautiful out this morning, and we're quickly coming upon fall. So gone will be the hundreds and 90s, and we'll be in the 60s and 70s, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But hey, we got all that working for us. So that's what I need for you as far as what's in the cup. I got Monster back, so white Monster it is. Now, I feel the most important thing that we need to do is talk about our 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? That's what I need from you. So it's made the short list because I've got a bunch of other stuff on here. Is I've got to cut vinyl today. I've got to cut HTV today. I've got to print decals today. I've got to order supplies, and I've got to press shirts. Those are the big things. Still going to work on the website here some this afternoon. We got stuff that needs shipping. I've got mock-ups to do. We're setting up a meeting with the superintendent tomorrow, so we've got to make sure that that's good. We've also got pricing that we've got to get over, so we've got to send the quotes out. And then it looks like I can't confirm this yet or not, so hopefully I can get confirmation for sure and let you know today. But I got asked to be on Stahl's podcast on Friday, so we'll see how that plays. If we're able to get in that, boom, I will let everybody know. Man, the camera's a little wonky. I noticed that too, because that line is usually straight. And something just looks different. Something just looks different. I look fatter or bigger. I don't know. Something just looks off to me, and now I got to figure out what it is because I think I might have hit something when I put some stuff away. Well, that doesn't look right either. Yeah, whatever. There it is. So good morning, everybody. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. Let's check in and see how people are going. Let's see how people are going. How people are going, how people are doing. Darren, good morning to you. Rainy Topeka on duty day. Need to do a bunch of training today for work, then off for business stuff. That sounds like a very productive day for you, Darren. And Christine, good morning from Newport, Michigan. How are things over there in Newport, Michigan? Barb, good morning as always from north central Minnesota. We're to 62 and overcast. She has a high of 70 predicted, water in the cup. And Renee, good morning to you. 68 on the way to 86 in Chicagoland. Water in the bottle. Barb's 5 things. She's ready to roll with those. She's got DTF to do. She's got quotes to do. She's got banking to do. She's got to embroider sort jackets and work on school team Shopify category web layout. That was a mouthful to say there. Barb, thanks for helping out last night while we were talking about team stores. If anybody missed it last night, Tuesday with Todd, we talked about platforms to use for team stores. We covered 9 of them, I think. And we didn't go super in depth into it because, we only had an hour and 15 minutes. We gave what I felt was a good overview of it to give you some options to go look at. It's not going to be a perfect fit for everybody, but nothing is. So you're going to find out what is the perfect fit for you. Good morning to you, T-Town, from good old Toledo, Ohio. Just finished your coffee. Monster Hydro up next. Very nice. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. It's going to be 85 and sunny down there in Florida. Jane S., hey, good morning to you. See, I've got too much going on because I can see the signal dropping in and out. I see it going in. I see the signal coming out. I see the signal going in and the signal coming out. So I've got way too much going on here. But Jane S., good morning to you. Right, my friend, good morning to you. 70. And the Kansas rain is coming to get us. 5 things. Play catch up because we spent yesterday at urgent care because Myra has pneumonia. Oh, well, she didn't get that from down there, did she? I wonder, how does one get pneumonia? Like, how does that happen? I guess I've never really thought much about it until right now. So hopefully Myra's doing well because, without her, there's no you, right? Like, she's a big part of you. She's your wife, right? So hopefully she's doing well. We give her all of our best wishes. And Brian, it looks like, looking at my calendar, what do you do on Sundays? Like on a typical Sunday, what do you do? Because I think as I'm looking forward to the weekend of September 8th through the 10th. That is when the Misfit Makers birthday party is going on in Joplin, Missouri. And we thought, okay, we can drive down, and you and Kelly who were both along the way. So technically, we would be there, sometime Monday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, Friday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. I thought, well, probably makes sense just to see Kelly on the way down there, and then on that Sunday, because we were going to drive maybe partway back on Saturday night after everything was dead, and then drive the rest of the way on Sunday. But then we're like, oh, there's probably stuff going on Saturday night, so let's just stay there and get up in the morning. Well, down in your area would be a good spot for lunch, so maybe we can meet up for some lunch on Sunday. Sunday the what? What is that? Sunday the 13th. So, no, that's not Sunday the 13th, Sunday the 10th of September. So, as I get more details, I'll get with you. But if that's an option, hey, we'll reach out to it. It sounds like a decent plan on Sunday there, because we're going down to, I'm completely stepping outside of my comfort zone, folks. Corey, she's cups. She handles all of that stuff. She takes care of it. I just, she places orders for me for things that she needs for it. But that's all of her business. And then, it comes to the print side. When we did the Midwest Tumbler Fest, we got to talking to some of the people there, and they didn't know. They had no clue who I am, because it's a completely different realm of things, but they knew who Corey was. And so we got talking about what else we do for business. And they're like, hey, there's, I think, 3 different vendors reached out to us about doing stuff for their booths and different projects they had upcoming. So it was, once again, a great place to network. One of those being Misfit Makers. They're having a birthday party with some workshops and classes and things going on September 8th and 9th. Yeah, they have classes, some classes in the afternoon. And so Corey was taking those, and they said, well, you're coming down too. Why don't you take a class? So I did. I signed up to take a tumbler class. So I will be taking a fabric tumbler class if I remember correctly. So we'll see how this all plays out. Of course, we got the cameras ready, because it'll be some good content creation. But we'll go through that completely out of my element. But I'm looking forward to having the fun there. Kelly, good morning to you. Different Kelly. This is Kelly from California. 65, the same, but much hotter in no time there in Cali. And hey, so I think this is, well, Georgia. Georgia. Who are you in Georgia? Because I can't see who you are. And Jane S. is about to have black coffee in her cup, and it's just right outside. It is just right outside. Nothing in your coffee? That should be a whole different topic there. What do you take in your coffee? I like my coffee like my women, ground up in the freezer. No, it's a bad joke. Can't say that. But I've got to have it. My coffee cannot be black. It has to be tan. I need to have a couple creamers, a couple sugars, and then I'm good to go with it. Just a black straight coffee. The bitterness to it is it's just not good for me. I need to taste like candy is what it really needs to do. Yeah, it is pretty cool about stalls. It's all going to be on AI. They had somebody drop out at the last minute, so they reached out to me. In fact, they had asked on their page, who uses AI in their business, and we use it a lot. In the different things that we use, through emails, through messages, through post scheduling, through things like that, where AI is a huge part of your business, and it can make you more efficient. So that was, they asked about that, and I was like, here's some of the things that we use it for. And then, getting with a marketing company that handles that stuff for it also helps as well. So we said, they said, hey, would you be interested in it? And sent the email yesterday afternoon. But, we check them. I didn't check it till this morning. I was going through and cleaning up emails. So I reached out to them. Maybe they got a guess. Maybe they didn't. I'll keep you guys informed and let you know. Kelly's 5 Things: engraving, t-shirts, quotes, get booth ready for country concert Saturday night, and get itinerary going for Graphics Pro Long Beach, and much more. Graphic Pro Long Beach, is that this weekend or next weekend? When is that? Not 100% sure. And then good morning, Facebook user. FU. Facebook and StreamYard don't always play nice together, so when that happens, you become FU, Facebook user. But you can fix that by going to fatdadlive.com. You get over there, will be inside of you'll be inside Facebook, or inside of YouTube land, and then we'll be able to see who you are. But good morning from New Jersey, sunny and humid, way too much to do and not enough hours in the day. Break those into chunks. We all have the same amount of time in a day, right? you've got 24 hours, I've got 24 hours. It all depends on how you manage those 24 hours. Like, we try and get, all of our emails out in the morning, then you go into designing, and then production, and then shipping. That's how we kind of have our day broke down into. We know at this time is going to be emails, quotes, invoicing, whatever there, and then it goes right into any design work and things we have, then production, and then into shipping. Now, some of that, because it's Corey and I, and when Krista's here and she's able to help, we can kind of spread that out and give a little more, a little less. But, making that list of 5, that's where it really helps out. What's your most important things to do? Start with those, knock them off your list, and then before you know it, you've got your time back for it. And I'm going to cut backing off hockey jackets, then start another hat order, go back and watch the show from last night, have to finish Spiritwear form. I got a tint job this afternoon with the vinyl logo too. Very nice. Install on the van. Cool. Look at that. Typically, you are near the shop. Sweet. So yeah, I think that's what we'll plan for. So we'll plan for that Sunday and do lunch. Corey and I, I think we're going to leave there, that Joplin area, 8, 9 in the morning. So by my calculation-ish, we should be there about noonish, around there. So that's the plan. That's the plan, tentatively plan. We'll see how it all plays out. That's next weekend. Next weekend is Graphics Pro. What are you anticipating on learning or seeing at Graphics Pro Long Beach? Let us know that. Now, we plan on being at the Impressions Expo in Long Beach in January. Who else plans on being there? We've got a big travel time coming up. Disney Cruise in November. Well, now we've got Misfit Makers in September. October, nothing. November is going to be Disney Cruise. December, nothing yet. Could be, but nothing yet. January is Impressions Expo. February, we're shooting for APA out in Vegas at the beginning of the month, and then anniversary trip at the end of the month. So we're quickly coming upon all of that. You've got nothing in October, something in November. So there's only 2 months out of the next 5 that we're not traveling, but that could still change. At least for Corey, she could go out of the country again, but who knows? We're looking forward to that. And this year for Impressions, I did the 2 years ago. I did the 1 day, and I didn't see a tenth of what I really needed to see. Just tried went in and saw the stuff I need to see. That was for DTF, get everything squared away on that, and that was pretty much it. And then last year went for 2 days and still feel like I did not see everything, especially when I saw other people's videos. I'm like, I don't remember seeing that. And it's because day 1, we didn't see too many booths. It was a lot of interacting with people we hadn't seen, for a year. So we were talking with different people, different booths. We made it to a couple of them, one that we wanted to make sure that we saw. And then Saturday, I had class in that. So that took out a chunk of the day. And then by the time it was towards the end, I was like, I need to run through all these booths and just see if I missed anything. And there was tons that I missed. So this year, 3 days for Long Beach for sure is what I need. And I haven't heard for one way or the other. I'm not 100% sure how to check. But I don't know I don't know how it's going to work, because there's a chance that we might be teaching the class. So I don't know when I'll find out for sure, but there's that in there too. We could be teaching a class. So, scared and excited, all wrapped up into one for that. So we'll see. We'll see how that all plays out, but that's there for it. Is Corey coming with us to APA? Maybe. I don't know. We might make a little more of a trip out of it. We might see when everything comes in for our flights here, because we have the direct flights, and we might work around that a little bit more, because if we might either come in early or stay late. We haven't really decided, and even that APA is tentatively on the schedule, because it depends what happens in that fourth quarter. As much as I want to go out there, it's still an expense to go out, and then with traveling in November, and then it turned around again in January, and then again in February, we got to make sure that everything lines up with it. If it doesn't, if we can't swing it, then we can't swing it. But making sure that sitters are covered, because we're going to exhaust everything. At least November, the kids are coming with it, so we don't have to worry about that. But September, we're already trying to make sure that that's good to go, and then February. Because the anniversary is at the end of February 29th, which that's the big one I'm looking forward to. Once we get the details for that, we'll put it out there. You guys are more than welcome to come join us on the anniversary trip. We'll talk a little business on it too, so that we can turn it all into a business expense. We'll spend like a round table and do that. And that's the end of February. It's a get over the winter blues and head down to Mexico and enjoy that all inclusive. And yeah, I think that's going to be put together here in the next 2-3 weeks, and then we'll know. So we'll get all of that information out for you. And then Kelly said more laser engraving and RapsCon will also be impressions in January. So Kelly, we'll make sure that we meet up at impressions there. RapsCon. And that's one thing I love about the GPX is that they move RapsCon from place to place to place. When it was in Indy last time, I should know when we went to there. I should have taken the class, because I didn't realize that, it was like $500 for the class, but you got like $1,000 in materials, so they sent you vinyl for wrapping and things like that. And it was like, man, I should have taken that just to, one, have a better understanding, a better knowledge of it. I mean, we've wrapped stuff before, but haven't taken a class on it. And that's where, classes help. It makes everything way better. So, in the grand scheme of things, probably should have taken it. Me, I want to learn everything. That doesn't mean that I want to do everything. I just want to learn everything and see how to do it. Let's see. T-Town said, I do have to rewatch the show from last night. Ended up taking a motorcycle ride last night. Not bad at all. Got wind therapy and got to test out my new drone over the water. Very nice. I haven't had a bike now for 20 years, 22 years. I was in my early 20s when I had my last one. Then I realized I was an idiot and I probably shouldn't own a bike, because it was too much. So I went from a bike to a Jeep, and the Jeep blew radiator, and it's been sitting out back for, I don't know, 2-3 years now. So I should probably fix it. Or get something new. I don't know. I don't drive enough. I can't justify buying me something nice when I don't drive enough. I'm a homebody. I don't go out and do anything. I gotta make sure Corey's covered. So yeah, we'll go through things coming up. So those are all the places we're going to go places, do things, that type of stuff. And we've got this other stuff that's going on through here. One of the things that we talked about last night was on next week on Tuesday with Todd, talking more about, bidding those jobs for those schools, for those Team Spirit Wear stores. So I'm going to walk you through our process on it, because it may help people, and other people may be like, what the F are you doing? That makes no sense. Hey, this is how I do it. So if somebody has a better way, I'm always open to it. But I think that's what we're going to talk about there. And then coming up on shows after that, we had somebody ask about decorating processes. And I said, well, I need a little more clarification. They're like, well, we're just getting started, and there's so much different things to do. What's the differences between them? So while some, it may be a remedial show for people, others, they don't know about some of the stuff. They don't know about DTF transfers, about white toner transfers, about HTV, about printed HTV, about screen printed transfers. So I think we'll talk about all of those, and how, really, you just need a heat press, and you can take care of the rest, because there's even screen printing companies that we do HTV transfers for. Shocker, right? What's that? Well, it's their specialty stuff. So we take care of all their glitter HTV for them. We take care of their foil. We take care of their metallic. Any of that specialty stuff, we take care of it for them, because it's on the lower end stuff. Of course, they've got the glitter inks for the high volume, but the low volume stuff, they just farm the transfers out to us. We cut them, weed them, send them, and then they press them and go from there. So when somebody says HTV is dead, don't believe them. HTV isn't going anywhere. You'll never get rid of it. There's way too many specialty films and effects that it will ever be gone. And even with us having DTF and printing it, there's still times where it's just faster to go that single color name drops. Unless we're doing a batch of them where we can put them all together and run them through at one time, it's just faster to type it up, send, cut, weed. I can type it up because you got to do both those parts on it. But by the time I hit send, I can have that job done faster through HTV than through DTF. Why? Because it cuts a name, done, press done before the DTF is even printed, powdered, cured, and you still got to go through it. So it'll never go away. There'll always be a spot for that. So we're going to talk. We can talk about all the different processes for that. So there's the two upcoming shows, and then in September we'll have the marketing show on emails. And no, yeah, I think it's let me refer back to my notes so I know it. Sure. Yes, September 12th, Tuesday with Todd is going to be SMS and email marketing. So those are, once a month, we're going to try and do a marketing show. We're going to bring Bob in from Fresh Horizons. So that's going to be squared away there. So we've got three weeks of content, planned out of the next, how many do I have there? I just want to look and see. We've got the 15th. So that means I still need to find 2 more weeks of content to fill in there, which that's where I'm going to ask you guys, what kind of content you want to see us to do on Tuesday with Todd. What kind of things do you want to know? What kind of things do you want to see? You guys are going to help us do all that. There. Brian says, we use 100 yards of, I was like, what's PF? White. We use 100 yards of white HTV a year for our Little League names. Yeah. I mean, it just works, right? You don't have to worry about much. It could go through it, but Brian, we could probably just do transfers for you. They can show up and save you all that time. For me personally, but on the name drops, especially on like team stores, when we're doing things like that, when we can batch it all there, but some of the smaller ones where it's just they're putting stuff together for the moms, and there's just one thing going on. It's just faster and easier to cut it out of HTV. So like, I don't care what anybody says about it. It's not going anywhere. Never. There's enough. DTF won't kill anything. But the only thing it may hinder is white toner. But white toner still has its place. It's faster to do, on a single production. If you're just doing one full color, hey, white toner just makes it faster than doing it. Especially if you're printing in-house for yourself. If you got a converted printer, it's taking 7 minutes to print one, and you got to power it, you got to cure it. So what do you have all in it? White toner makes sense in that. The other thing is, if you're ordering prints, you just need to order one. You got to pay shipping on top of it, so it doubles the cost of it. White toner makes sense. Where else white toner for me will always succeed at is in those team stores. Like Brian says here, they use 100 yards of white HTV a year for Little League names. But I bet Brian doesn't do anything with his white toner for temporary tattoos for those Little League teams. Do you, Brian? Shake your head no. I know you don't. But that's the other thing. That's the thing that it can be used for. Anytime you have a team store, put it in there. You take their logo, you make an inch by an inch. You can fit 40 of them on a sheet. You can sell it, $12 a sheet. And that's, the retail cost on it for them. And that's it. Print, add the sheet, done. Make some killer money off of it. We go up to a single one at 20. If you don't want a specialty one, you can do it. Just add it to it. I know you got it for it there. Good morning to you, Pilar. Pilar, what's going on in TRW world today? It is Wednesday, so do we have a Hall of Fame or an All-Star training on Wednesday at 11 a.m.? Maybe. I don't know. Pilar, tell me what's going on over in TRW land. And we'll in November. So here's the other thing, too. If you're in Florida in November, we will be flying into Orlando. I think it's like let me double check and see on that one. It is going to be, I think it's the 9th. I think it's November 9th. We fly into Orlando, 9th or 10th. One of those 2 days we fly in there, and then we're driving over to Tampa. So we're going to go over to the Gulf side. We're going to spend a couple days there. I think it's the 10th and 11th that we're spending there. And then we're coming back to the Atlantic side for the 11th, 12th, and then 13th we get on the boat. So if you're between, Port Canaveral and Tampa, hey, maybe we can meet up during that time. Our plan is, I think we do get in on that 9th, because our plan is, to stop by TRW offices and check in, see how everybody's doing down there. And then, meet up with any of our friends that are down in that area. So we'll be in from Port Canaveral to Tampa, November 9th through the 12th. So let me know if you're in that area. Hall of Fame is at noon Eastern. So that's 11 my time, 10 your time, and 9 out there on the West Coast. This is, have you seen anything about the new revival system? No, new revival system. What is that, Chuck? What is the revival system? Because maybe I have, but it does not ring a bell. I'm going to write that down so I can take a look at it after here. But if you know more, let me know about it. And T-Town says, I like to use stalls for name drops on Spiritware orders. I like to use the name and numbers from them. So it's all screen printing transfers. Yeah. And that's the other way to do it. Stalls has a great program for that, for name and number drops. For us, especially with what we're doing, DTF works well for us because the way that we can set it up is if you only keep your area 11 inches, 11 by 11, it's, kind of that 1 foot square. So you keep your names to 10 and 11 inches. You keep your 2 inches tall. You keep a number at 8 inches tall, and you keep an inch space between it. That's 11 inches. That's 1 square foot. So you can put that on the back, ready to go, DTF transfer. And then what happens is when it comes, you press, and you're all set. You're lined up, ready to go, and you press it for there. So that's how we set ours up for names on the back. We do the same thing with HTV. Yes, you're gonna waste material doing HTV. But you're also going to save time because you don't have to set anything up. You cut it apart, you set it on there, press. You don't have to line this number up with that. You don't have to line, 2 different things up. And that's what we look at. Let's see. I'm over here answering customer questions and helping a couple other departments. Well, where are you? What are you doing? What are you answering? Sanford Airport. Now that we know that we'll be into Sanford, and when we're on the Tampa side, one of Hattie's things, she wants us to get she's fascinated about campers. Whenever we go to the home show, or not the home show, the outdoor shows here, taking her, and she loves those. When we go on road trips and she sees campers or motorhomes, she loves that. So we said, hey, maybe when we're down there, let's see some things to stay in. You remember when Airbnbs used to be deals, and now you're getting tacked on, what used to be a $75 a night place is now a $175 a night thing because there's a $75 cleaning fee up to a $200 cleaning fee, and then another Airbnb charge. Man, it used to be those were great deals, and now it's not looking so hot. But we're actually staying in a camper on when we're over on the Gulf side, so that should be interesting enough. And then that can lead into next summer if we just take the RV road trip across America for the summer. We'll see how all that plays out. But staying there, and then in Orlando side, because we're debating, do you do Disney? Do you not do Disney? Do you do Epcot or Animal Kingdom? Do you do a park for a day? And I said, listen, why don't you just get us a house that has the pool or has anything with that? Because we're only going to have the Disney stuff on the cruise. We don't need to go spend $1,000 at Disney for a day. And, $1,000 a day at Disney, yeah, park tickets, 4 people, you're going to spend, $600 on those. And then add in souvenirs, add in food, add in parking. It's easily $1,000 a day. And I said, well, hey, we've got the cruise. We don't need to Disney it up that bad. We can spend that and get a place with a pool, and they can enjoy that because it's November, so who knows how the weather will be out. But yeah, that's there. Oh yeah, that's a good idea on the DTF, but we don't have all that. You have us, T-Town. We can send it to you, and then it's set, ready to go. We do have us. What's the revival system using Epson printer? It was. I'm reading it off there. It was DMOD on Conde Open House. I don't know. I'll look into it. So now I got Conde. I don't know much about it, so I see. And Pilar says she's the social media manager, but I'll help other departments with any. Yes, Pilar is a social media manager over there at TRW. Cruise doesn't offer any deals on park add-ons. They do, but it really wasn't worth it when we factored everything else into it because we weren't saving a whole lot, but where it gets you is on that backside. Like I said, even if they discount it down and say it's half rate, so instead of it being $125, it's $75 or $70. We've still got 70, 140. We've still got 280 in that. Add in another, 400 for food, souvenirs, parking, everything else that's with it. So it's still a $600 day. And go on the boat. I mean, I can just lounge on, by a pool and not have to do anything. That. So that's the plan. I mean, it could change, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to. So that's everything we got going on. And you guys just heard me ramble about pretty much nothing today, didn't you? What do we got going on the rest of this week? Like I said, we've got a meeting with the superintendent tomorrow. We've got a meeting with a PTA association this morning. I think we got approval on everything for that, so we'll make sure they're good to go. We've got Friday could be the Stalls podcast. So those are kind of the things in the pipeline that are there. And then we've got, the miscellaneous orders. I'm still working on the website. I'm just going to, start it small, just DTF, migrate stuff over to it. And that should be happening soon. As soon as the builder is on the site and soon as we got everything working, I'll push that out there and promote it for you guys so that way you can get over there. Because then even if you go to Fat Dad Wholesale or Fat Dad Custom Designs when it comes to DTF transfers, when you click on that button, it's going to be a link that takes you to the new site to do everything on. So that becomes pretty much the hub for DTF and things. And I know it's going to suck because there's going to be some stuff that is going to ship separately or can't be combined because some of the stuff takes longer than others. We had somebody that needed printed. Why am I drawing a blank here? This stuff, the window perf. Said window perf. Well, we like to try and put all those jobs together because we're not wasting material that way. So on our lead time of that is 5 to 7 business days. So while their decals were ready to go, we gave them the option. Hey, do you want us to ship separately or do you want us to ship all together? If we ship all together, it's going to be towards the end of the week when this goes out. They're like, well, just ship those now and then we'll take care of the rest. Choice. So we went ahead and do that. So there's going to be things that will be shipping at different times and that we'll get all of that worked out. It'll be fine, but moving the DTF is going to be the biggest thing. It's inappropriate. That's what my shirt says. It says it's not 4th of July until my wiener comes out. That's what it says. And why? Why am I wearing a 4th of July shirt on August 9th? That's because I got yard stuff to do today. I've got to go add chlorine in the pool, and I'm notorious for not being careful and adding, the 5-gallon jug of chlorine to it and too much, and it'll come out and it gets on my shirt, and then it bleaches out the shirt. So I just got smart. It was like, hey, I'm moving the stuff around today. I got to go get that. So it's here. Let me put this one on because what happens is I've also got a printer to work on some stuff today. Anytime I'm working on anything, printer, yard work, pool, things like that, I never remember to change my shirt. So my decent shirts always get ruined. They either get ink on them, they get stained up, or they get bleached out, depending on what I'm doing. So smart person says, I've got two things lined up in the closet or on the shelving where it's shirts to wear that I don't care about, and then nice shirts, and then shirts I can't wear until Corey tells me it's okay to wear them. So this ones are what I can wear, and not have to worry about. These ones, if I ruin them, it's okay. So I do grab one of those, and then I'm good to go with it because, hey, it isn't 4th of July until my wiener comes out. So that's what my shirt says there. All right, you guys. We're coming to an end here. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you can show up here, get in here with your 5 things and how we can help you. If you have any questions on your business, on how anything works, any questions at all, now's the time to ask. Get them in there because we will do our best to answer those. That's what the community is here for, is to help each other out. Next Tuesday, we're going to talk about those team stores some more and how to price those, how we price them, how we handle the beginning of it. We'll walk through that whole process of what we have. And it's not overly complicated. I think people make things too complicated in their head. But having that platform in place or whatever one you decide on, that really, really makes it a lot faster on it. But yeah, we'll be back here Friday morning as soon as I know for sure on the Stalls podcast. If we're going to be on it, we will let everybody know and get them out from there. But you guys have an amazing day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.